All right. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Day 12, man. Day 12 in the wild, in the jungle, man. Doing 12 or 60 days out here already. Minimalist tent living, so I gave away all my stuff and decided to try to see if I can, still be content and be okay out here in a tent. So today, finished up day 12. It's probably around midnight right now. Had a pretty cool day. Had my first few problems today, and I'll explain those to you. And but I also got to do some pretty cool stuff with some people, with a friend of mine. So he had come up here to visit me, and from about 30 minutes away in Melbourne, and we went to a worship at Kashi Ashram, and it was Diwali Puja, and I think it's pretty cool, so I'll tell you about the problems, but I also want to tell you, like, my spiritual beliefs are inclusive and not exclusive, right? So tomorrow I'm planning on going to church, I see a couple friends there, and I can get the message anywhere, man. It doesn't matter where I go, right? My spiritual practice is kind of, I can be in church, or I can go to an ashram, or I can go to a Buddhist temple, or I could be out in nature, and I can be absolutely alone and be connected. I'm always connected, right? It can never not be connected. It's just whether or not I'm aware of it and conscious of it. So I went there, and then I went over to Captain Hiram's, and there's a really, really cool little band there tonight, man, that played a song that they got released the next month, and I was able to catch the last minute of that song, so stay tuned. I actually enjoyed it. My friend Jason really liked the song too, and can't remember the name of the band, but it's in the video, so stay tuned. But first of all, the problems I had. So Halloween was just recently, right? So of course there's little candy floating around everywhere, and I brought back just one little itty bitty Tootsie Roll, man, and that's all it took, right? And I guess I took it out of my pocket and I put it up on this little shelf I got over there with my clothes kind of hanging on it, and I woke up today with some little creepy crawlies, little sugar ants, and kind of all over the place, and yes, I ate the Tootsie Roll anyway, but what can I say, man? I'm out here surviving, man. I need it all, And problem two, like, it's a little hot. I'm tucked in the woods pretty good, so I got some really good shade around my bed area where my head is. But at a foot, by the afternoon, 3, 4 in the afternoon, the sun's kind of coming straight in. So I hung a tarp up finally today, and I'll show some pictures of that too. And then. Wow, I don't know where my keys are again, but so I don't have house keys anymore, right? So problem number 3 was the tarp. I hung it up. Hopefully eliminated some of that sun beat down in the late afternoon. When I am here, I'm rarely ever here at that time, but when I am here, hopefully it'll cover the front a little bit, and also keep me from having to zip the windows up if I think it's going to rain. It is Florida. It rains whenever the heck it wants to. But so the tarp is up, covering the front of the tent. So I don't have a house anymore, so I don't have any house keys and all these keys you carry, right? So all I have is my keyless remote to my car, and if you know me, I have really terrible short-term memory, and I'm always losing things and misplacing them, I should say, not really losing. And so I put this really long lanyard on my keys, which is annoying, but since I don't have a house or whatever, and sometimes I'm wearing baggies or shorts, so I just throw them in my backpack, or I sling it over my neck, and so I could drive my car, right? And because I know I'll forget them because I don't have keys. And I think that was the source of my problem today. Excuse me. So as I'm hanging the tarp up, and I'm completely conscious, I know I have my keys kind of in my pocket, and I'm like, man, I don't want to lose these things, right? You would think I would take them out, but I don't. Sure enough, hanging the tarp, I'm climbing through trees and stuff, I lose the keys. And it took me about an hour and a half to find them, because I'm looking on the ground. I figured they got pulled out or not. I don't have a lot of stuff, so they're not in my tent, they're not in my backpack. They gotta be through the bushes where I was hanging the tarp. And it took me about an hour and a half, and looking on the ground, and sure enough, they weren't on the ground. They were right waist high, like I pulled out of my pocket by one of the sticks. So it's all good, you know. I found them, and I don't get frustrated at that stuff anymore. Like I'm like, oh, well, you know, my friend Jason might have to pick me up, but yeah, man. Everything's okay. Life is still life, man. Things happen, and just roll with them. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Show you some pictures of the tent now, and how the tarp over it. I got a few photos, stock photos and stuff from like the Puja, the Festival of Lights. They put some balloons up, and really stay tuned for the end for this band from Captain Hiram's. It was actually pretty doggone good tonight, man. And I really like this song, and it's coming out, I think, on Spotify or something like that next week or next month. But he mentions that, so stay tuned. I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit like, please share, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Putting it together now. All right.
In my dreams, I can feel you near, but I wonder if you're actually here. By the time you find me, I'll be in the exosphere, in the exosphere. By the time you find me, I'll be that song is called Exosphere. It's coming out in a month. Check out East Harbor on Spotify if you haven't yet. Thank you. That's like our only slow song to date.